I took a BLURPLE Disney Lorcana Deck to League, and I went 17-4. This week, we got 2 wins and 1 loss.
But one of those wins
Was a bye. So does it count? I don't know. When we got to League Night, Michael D gave us some flounders, and we're super grateful because that goes right into the Lost and Found. We just did a count before this. Turns out we have over 540 flounders that we have been collecting, accruing. And then also Michael S was there, and Michael gave us some holographic flounders and a Japanese flounder, and those go right in the Lost and Found. Thank you, Michael S. But as for League Night, we went to Odyssey Games in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and we played some Disney Lorcana. But our first round, there was an odd number of people, so we took the bye. We changed stuff up. If you've been watching this series, last time that we played a Jafar blurple list, and that went pretty good. But this week we were trying something else. And specifically, this is the tech card that we went for this week, Belle of the Ball. It's a 4-cost uninkable. That's not going to matter. That's not going to hurt us too bad because we want to play her real late game because she has the ward ability. So hopefully our opponent doesn't have targeted removal late game, and then we're just able to win the game. If we're at 18 lore, then we can quest for another 2. And then it also has, when you play this character, your other characters get ward until the start of your next turn. So hopefully she can keep a whole board safe, maybe one of the big Elsas safe, to be able to quest for 3, be able to quest for 5. That's the plan with Belle. I think she's a really good tech card in this. We thought about the tech cards that we wanted to go to. Like the Ursula seems like a really good move right now with the Steel Song prevalence going on. And then the Cusco has always been super good and clutch in the late game. So we're going to probably take out some stuff, but we wanted to show you the Belle list that we went 2-1 with at League this week. So we had 2 copies of Belle for her ward ability. And it worked out pretty good. I was able to play her. She got me 2 lore, but nothing after that. And then you can also give her challenger and stuff. Like, she's worth playing as a character to give your other characters ward. They won't be able to do stuff. The MVP of this week, by far, by a mile, by a whole bibbity bobbity boo, was the Great Stone Dragon. It has the sleep ability. This item enters play exerted, so you're not able to use it right away. But after it's been out for a turn, that's when it starts cooking. It says awaken. You exert, put a character card from your discard in your inkwell face down and exerted. How are you going to get character cards in your discard? You're going to have your opponents want to take them out. Otherwise, you're going to win the game. And they do that. They take out your characters, and then boom, you get to ramp every turn after that. Great Stone Dragon, underrated. This was so good in BLURPLE. I only had it as a 1-of in this deck, but I'm definitely confident going to a 2-of the Great Stone Dragon. Oh, why are my sleeves so holographic? That's because we're using the Prismatic Defender's Oracle texture. Prismatic Defenders makes holographic card sleeves. This one is obsidian color, and I like using them. If you want to try out some holographic card sleeves for yourself, you can use code READYSETINK at checkout to bling out your whole deck for the fraction of the price of an enchanted card. This is my 2nd week using them, and you can see a little bit of wear and tear going on in those corners. They are kind of catching the playmat a little bit on the corner where I shuffle the most. Like, I'm always hitting like that corner when I'm shuffling. So this is week 2 of using it, so it does have a little bit of wear and tear, but the shine factor, ooh, baby. All right, so 2 copies of the Belle of the Ball. We got 1 copy of the Great Stone Dragon. Definitely want to go to 2 copies of that because it was so good. And then our other tech card that we squeezed in this week was Duke Weaselton, Small Time Crook. It's the only 2-cost card with ward that can quest for 2, and that's why I liked it. But what I would like more is this Wendy Darling that has a 3-1 stat line with ward, but it quests for 1. Like, my idea is the same. Like, I want to play Duke very late game to be able to guarantee that I want to get 2 lore if they don't have a whole global wipe for me. Like, if they can't do grab your swords or something, like Duke Weaselton was my hope for it, but it didn't pan out the way I want. Like, I much would rather prefer to have the Chernobog in that spot, and we'll probably take out the Duke of Weaselton. Heck, I can guarantee that we're going to take out Duke Weaselton. We got our popsicle package. It's 4 popsicles that goes into 3 Belles. That's what we got going on. Didn't see that at all during this league week, but all the other weeks, it's been pretty consistent to play a popsicle turn 1, boom, put into a Belle. We got 3 of the Hades Infernal Schemers, the best blurple card that there is right now. There's nothing better. You see a Maui Shark, you play a Hades, the Maui Shark is gone. You see a Sisu, you play a Hades, the Sisu's gone. It's just that easy. We got 4 Tipo, gosh, I really don't like playing Tipo because it ruins my hand advantage. I much rather have another great stone dragon. Yeah, like it's pretty late in the move, and like with Tipo, you kind of need to use it. You need to kind of guarantee your turn 2 ramp so you can skip the turn 3. But like if your turn 3 is waiting for great stone dragon to cook, I don't know. I think there's something there. But also you need to be able to have a character out to like stop that stop that Alice that has ward and gives plus lore. Like you need to stop that card. So like I definitely need to put an answer with that. Like when my opponent has that combo of this Wendy, I don't know what to do against it. Like my only hope is that they quest it and I have a Madam M Fox and a character that I'm ready to bounce. We got 4 copies of the Sail the Azurite Sea. I love the Sail the Azurite Sea because you're able to use the ink that you use that turn. So if you have a Popsicle or another 1-drop card, you can go ahead and play it with that extra card that you play. And then the 1-drop card that we want to play is Diablo Obedient Raven. And this is kind of a guaranteed draw, where the Chernobox Followers isn't really a guaranteed draw. Like you have to do a condition to meet it. But like Diablo, either you're going to banish it by throwing it into one of your opponent's characters, or you're going to quest and get some lore. Like it's kind of a guarantee gain when you play Diablo Obedient Raven. I like it a lot. We got 1 copy of Tamatoa to get back those Popsicles, help us draw some more. You can even play Popsicle for free, or you could play Great Stone Dragon for free. And you better believe I'm going to go to the 2nd copy of Tamatoa for this week's set championship. Got the 1 copy of Tamatoa, happy to have it. We got 2 copies of the Belle that you could shift onto the other Belle. This one moves damage, and you can move up to 3. The amount of time that I wasted just trying to calculate like, ooh, do I have enough damage to move? Or like, am I going to be able to put 3 damage on my character so I can move it to one of my opponent's characters to knock it out? Namely, that pesky little Maui shark. Need to be able to find the damage to be able to remove that thing. And Belle can do that oftentimes. We got 2 copies of the Genie. He's evasive, so he can hit Maui sharks. And if you put a crab on the field, a Merlin crab, then you're going to be able to hit the 5 damage and take him out. So Genie can do good Genie stuff. Definitely should have had my other 2 copies of the rabbit in. I think card draw is super important in this. I think the rabbits are going to go back in the deck that I play for set championships. We got 4 copies of the goats. Goats wins games. It's just that simple. 2 copies of the library. The library is great when you have cards that draw, like the Broom and Diablo Obedient Raven. But right now, people are kind of expecting the library. Some people are playing Queen's Castles, but the Queen's Castle goes away so fast. People are able to do 7 damage pretty consistently. We go to all 4 copies of Friends on the Other Side because Friends on the Other Side lets you draw cards. We even got 1 Japanese version of Friends on the Other Side. Our bounce package went down pretty significantly, and I don't blame this on my loss this week, but like maybe a little bit. Like if I had some more snakes to be able to bounce my Hades Infernal Schemers, I might be able to play him a little bit more. And Madam M Fox, definitely have to go to the 4 copies of her. Just such a solid card. You want to be able to do 4 damage to something, you can do 4 damage to something if you have Madam M Fox. But if you only have 3 copies of Madam M Fox, that's 25% less of the time that you're going to be able to use it. So definitely up in the Madam M Fox count going into our next deck build. We got 4 copies of the crab. I'm a 4 copy of crab believer. Used to not be a 4 copy of crab believer, used to be a 2 copy believer, but now all 4, definitely. The amount of times where I've inked this and then immediately regretted my decision is in the dozens. Elsa, Fifth Spirit, one of the best purple cards to ever play. You want to remove somebody's card, you're going to be able to remove it with that. They play a Flynn Rider that they're not questing, boom, put this down. You get to exert it when you play it. It has evasive and rush. It's going to be able to do some massive damage. The only thing is, if they put out this Wendy Darling that gives ward, then you can't choose it with ward. Same with this. I wanted to play my Elsa, but they had the Wendy Darling out and gave their characters ward. So like this Elsa wasn't able to choose anybody. So I went a different route. We got 2 copies of the Finders Keepers. Might go to 3 copies of the Finders Keepers. I got 1 copy of the Iago. Everyone's losing their mind about this card. Everybody's playing this. They're playing it in Amethyst Steel. They're playing it in Blurple. They're playing it everywhere you see an Amethyst card. And I just don't like it. I ink this 100% of the time. I didn't see the value of it. The 4 strength, I don't know. Like it's big. It does some stuff. I'm doing other stuff on my turn 4. I'm not playing Iago. But that's just a me problem. And then we got our 61st card. Donald Duck, the Flustered Sorcerer, because it's just funny when you play it onto the board. So what would we do different? We'd probably go ahead and put in the Ursulas. We'd probably put in the Chair in a Box for those Duke Weaseltons, and then we're going to add a Tamatoa. Need to put in 2 of the Merlin Rabbits. I think Cusco's might be out We tried the McDuck Manners one week, liked it a little bit. The White Rose, always super good. I love on-play lore gain effects, and maybe it makes it back. So what was our one loss this week? It was against David, and he was playing the Steel Amethyst deck. And you can see, like, our first match, we were kind of neck and neck. I got to 13 lore, he got to 13 lore, but I ended up just having a bigger board at the end. And then this second game, I could not keep up. I got all the way to 2 lore before he got to 10, and then he had a whole board set up. The Mr. Smees, like, if I'm not ramping, I think I missed my ramp, and I didn't have a Smee answer. I wasn't able to get rid of the Smee, and he was just able to quest. I think all of these were Mr. Smees. I think the 4 to 6 to 8, I think all of those were Mr. Smee. And then our last game, I also did not have the beans. Could not get there with the build I was playing, and I ended up having to play that Belle and the Duke of Weaselton. Like, if I didn't play those cards and I got like card draws elsewhere, I think it would have turned out different. And also, David's just a really good player. He had the Let the Storm Rages On. I think Steel Deck's like pretty good removal me. Is that the word phrase to use? Steel Deck's pretty good removal me for sure. And then the last game of the night was against a Sapphire Emerald player, and the Sapphire Emerald had the Yokais and then reduced their shift and then used the Baymax, the universal shift one and stuff. And we were able to get our board a little bit bigger, a little bit faster. One turn he ink geysered me and put me to 3 cards in my inkwell, but I was able to ink 3 cards that turn because I got a Tipo out of my ink. I was able to use Great Stone Dragon. I played Tipo, I ramped a card, and I inked for turn. And I was able to go to 6 ink, and he was at 4 ink the next turn. So ink geyser against Blurple, probably not the best idea, but we're excited for it. We're going to take out our 2 Duke Weaseltons for the set championships. If you want to know about the set championships and me playing the Blurple there, go ahead and smash the subscribe button, because we're going to be going to a set championships tomorrow, and we'll tell you all about it. If you have any Blurple deck lists that you want me to look at, leave the Dreamborn in the comment section. And remember to ready, set, ink, because if you ready, set, draw, that means you're going second, and second is how you lose the game.